visiting Royals from Queens College in North Carolina. We are going to bring you the starting lineups as we don't do the national anthem again. Brandon, I'm Joy Scruggs, by the way, bringing you the play-by-play. Along with me is Brandon Cox. Brandon, how about bringing us the starting lineups for the visiting Royals of Queens University?
Yes, number 0, Christina Dean, senior 6 foot from South Sudan. Number 1, Taylor Stevens, 5'7", junior from Prince George, Virginia. Number 2, Christy Hamzy, 5'7", sophomore from Richmond, Virginia. Number 11, Kiana Barkhoff, a 6'4",
graduate student
from Germany. And number 23, Kayla Hall, junior, 5'7", from Louisville, North Carolina. And head coach Jen Brown and assistant coach Andre Gibbs and D.D. Rogers and Angel Carthen.
All right, and now let's see, the Royals come into today's game. I think this is their first outing as well. Let's see, yep. And for Emory and Henry Wasp, who played last night at Bridgewater, coming into today's game with a record of 1-0, coached by Jacqueline Dickens, 1999 Emory and Henry grad, assisted by Tessa Johnson, Kyle Silverlaw, both Emory and Henry grads, as well as Antoine Van Buren. The Emory and Henry Wasps starting at guard, a 5'5" junior with 6 points in last night's game, 3 steals from Bristol, Virginia, Amaya Lee, number 5, a 5'4", I was doing the men's game, a 5'4" junior guard from Greenville, Tennessee, with 11 points on 3 of 6 shooting from 3 last night's game at Bridgewater, number 12, Briley Jones. A 5'8" senior guard from Bristol, Virginia, with 5 points and 5 steals in last night's contest, number 21, Callie Hatterer. A 5'6" freshman guard from Richmond, Virginia, number 22, Mimi Trainum. And rounding out the Emory and Henry lineup, a 6'2" senior from a center from Sparta, North Carolina, with 17 points on 7 of 14 shooting last night, 9 rebounds, and 3 of 4 from the free throw line, number 55, Alexis Hopper. So Emory and Henry women are wearing their home white uniforms with blue numerals. The visiting Royals from Queens are in navy uniforms with white numerals. Emory and Henry will be playing offense on your left of your, I don't know if anybody knows what a radio dial is anymore, but left, and Emory and Henry, the Royals will be playing offense on the right as we get ready to tip it up. Barkhoff tips it, and for the Royals, and Emory and Henry gains it. The first shot is up and good by no good by Briley Jones, and the Royals come away with the rebound here. Pass ahead in transition, tries to get it down low to Barkhoff. Barkhoff and a little floater hook scores over Hoppers to give Queens the 2-0 lead 30 seconds into the contest. Hatterer with the ball, now up top to Jones. Jones draws a foul well beyond the three-point line, just handling the ball. So that foul's on Christy Hams, her first, team first. Lee with the crossover, takes it inside, can't get past Dean. Trainum tries to make a move, gets it deflected away. Lee comes away with it, bangs off the back of the rim and goes straight up and drops in. Emory and Henry knots it up at 2 with 1 minute gone in the first quarter of play. Handoff Hams. Pass around the perimeter. Barkhoff with it outside. Now back up top to Stevens. Stevens, Barkhoff, face up, no good. Rebound, and Hoppers didn't box out, but it bounced to her anyway, and Emory and Henry comes away with it in transition. Hatterer on the left-hand wing makes a little move, puts the pull-up jumper. Is good for Callie Hatterer, who missed last season with a knee injury back into the lineup this year. Emory and Henry 4-2 lead. Stevens sets up the offense. Hand off to Hall. Now over to Hams on the right-hand wing. She tries to Euro step, just stops in front of Hoppers, and the ball goes flying out of bounds. Not really a shot, just lost control of the ball. 8:23, Emory and Henry with a 2-point lead. Man-to-man defense by both squads here. Lee with the ball, setting up the offense, looks for somebody. Hopper's down low. Top up to Briley Jones, goes off a ball screen by Trainum. Briley Jones tries to make something happen, can't. Hopper's down low, we can't get it to her. Pass across the top to Hatterer, gets deflected away, goes out of bounds off of Emory and Henry. Off the deflection, off us. Off the front row of the bleachers. 4-2 is the Emory and Henry advantage 2 minutes into the first quarter. As the Royals set up on offense, Emory and Henry in half-court man-to-man. Hatterer guarding the ball handler who dribbles to the left, picks up her dribble, up top to Hall. Hall tries to make a move, shuffles her feet, and that'll be the first turnover for the Royals. Lee calls out the offense as she brings the ball down. Emory and Henry sends a cutter on the baseline, doesn't get open. Lee tries to penetrate and get it to Hoppers. It's deflected. Hoppers comes up with it and passes out to Hatter, left-hand wing. Down low to Hoppers. Hoppers trying to operate. Hoppers goes up, gets it deflected. And Barkhoff comes away with it for the Royals. Hams goes a wild shot in there, can't get it to go. Another wild shot by Hall, no good, and Emory and Henry comes away with the rebound. Lots of transition in this game. Pass ahead to Hatterer. She tries to take the baseline. She gets tripped up. I was afraid they were going to call that she stepped out of bounds before she got tripped. But Barkhoff trips her. So 23 on the shot clock. Emory and Henry has the ball underneath their basket. Sets up two at the low block, stacked up top at the free throw line. Split cutters. Ball inbounds to Hatterer. Looks down low to Hoppers, doesn't give it to her. Briley Jones, why not? Just knocks down the three. They're not going to pick her up or put any pressure on her. That'll be a field day for her up there. 3 points by her 3 points stretches the Emory lead to 5. 7-2, 7 minutes left to play in the first quarter. Long three by Hall, no good. Rebound comes away with the Wasp as Lee pushes the tempo. Passes out to Jones. Now Hopper, she always wants to take a three. Hatterer, she's going to take the three off the ball screen by Hoppers, and it's just too strong. Goes about a quarter of the way down, bounces around, and comes back out. In transition, Queens tries to take it. And that's Stevens. Are they going to call that good? They called the whistle. They did count the basket. The whistle sounded long before she got rid of the ball on the shot, but nonetheless, a wild shot off the backboard falls in. Who's that foul on, Brandon?
That was a foul on Kaylee.
Hatterer. Callie. Hatterer, her first,
Callie
team
Harder.
first. Taylor Stevens at the free throw line. Her first shot is good. Now Emory and Henry's lead is 2, 7-5. Yeah, the first time I called the game, I looked down at her name. She came in the game, and I had no idea how to pronounce it. Hatterer, you sort of like get stuck on it. Amaya Lee passes over the left-hand wing to Hatterer. She feeds the ball down low to Hoppers, who's pretty much being double-teamed and pushed on all of her posts up. But they're not going to call it till you feed the ball in there unless it's really pretty violent. So she draws the foul there. Sub in for Hoppers is number 23, Taylor Owens, 5'10" sophomore from Bristol. Nice move by Jones. Can't get it to fall as she drives to the left-hand side of the basket. And on the battle for the rebound, do they call a tied ball? Yeah. So possession error favors the Royals. Stevens sets up her squad. Emory and Henry in half-court man-to-man, being guarded by Hatterer. On the step out on the corner, that three's no good by Leffers. So as we try to attack the basket, foul is called on Sink, her first, team fourth. Lee sets up the offense here, goes off a ball screen by Owens to Hatterer, back to Lee. Lee on the right-hand wing shoots up the long three, no good. Rebound collected by Ding. Stevens, handoff Sink, and Sink gets fouled on the three-point shot by Briley Jones.
Briley.
That's Briley's first, team's second foul.
And both teams aren't shooting too well from the field. 2 for 7 for Queens and 3 for 8 for Emory and Henry.
First free throw up by Sink. And the third free throw by Sink gives the Royals a 1-point advantage. 5:38 in the first quarter of action. Emory and Henry trails 7-8. So Lee tries to attack the basket and draws the foul. In for Emory and Henry is also a freshman from King, North Carolina, Emma Santoro. That sends Lee to the free throw line to shoot 2. First free throw rolls around and drops out. 5:29 first quarter action. Emory and Henry trails by 1. Lee, second shot. Rolls around, won't fall as well. And that rebound collected by Hall for the Royals. Stevens brings it up, hands off to Hall. Hams can't get inside. Back to Stevens. 15 on the shot clock as they reset the offense. High post comes up to set a screen. Stevens goes off of it. Then on the step out is Hall. Hall's three's no good. On the rebound, Queens is going to be called for a foul. Or not. They signaled something. Oh, maybe it hit the wire or something. 5 minutes remaining. Emory and Henry trails by 1. Hatterer goes off a ball screen by Owens. Tries to get inside, spin move, does, puts it up over the rim, can't get it to fall, punches it out, but it goes to the rebound out, but it goes to Queens. Stevens, left-hand wing now to, down low to Lefevre's. She draws the foul, can't get the shot to fall. Who's the?
It's foul on Taylor Owens. Her first, team third.
So timeout, media timeout here, and Emory and Henry, after enjoying a nice advantage, is trailing by 3, and with Queens with the opportunity at the free throw line to stretch that to 4 with 4:38 remaining. Well, neither team setting it on fire, shooting 3 of 9 for both of us.
Henry getting out rebounded 8-4.
Yeah, and most of that, of course, most of those are defensive rebounds for Queens. On shots, of course, on shots we've missed, but just not attacking the offensive boards has been a problem for Emory and Henry. So Queens is a future opponent for ours in our upcoming move to the South Atlantic Conference when we make the transition to Division II. Queens was preseason picked to finish 12th in that conference. So at the free throw line for Queens will be Finley Lefevre's. She's a 6'2" freshman from Hickory, North Carolina. First shot up, good for Lefevre's. She averaged 17.5 points in high school. Lee brings the ball down for Emery and Henry, going against man-to-man defense here. Can't get inside, dribbles around, hands off to Hatter, left wing. Hatter tries to get inside with it, can't. Now
the freshman.
Hands off to McClellan. Now to Lee. We're just dribbling around, handing off, so why not take a shot? Glance puts it up, can't get it to go. And out comes the Royals in transition. They're just skipping around the perimeter here, and it gets batted away by Lee with the steal for Emery and Henry. Yeah. Pass ahead to McClellan. McClellan takes it in, left-hand hook, boom. And that one drops through for Macy McClellan, the 5'8" freshman from Kingsport, Sullivan Central High School. Emery and Henry looks like they're playing a 1-3-1 now. Try to stop some of the offensive comfort of the Royals. And on that first one, first possession against that zone, they try to penetrate the zone, and we tie it up, and the possession error favors Emery and Henry, so we get the advantage there. 3:38 remaining first quarter. Emery and Henry trails 9-11. Just can't find any offensive rhythm here. Lee penetrates the defense, kicks it out to Glance. Glance tries to knock down a three and doesn't hit anything. So we just don't have anything much going offensively playing together. Somebody tries to penetrate, dribble, couldn't get anywhere, pass it, you try it. Now against this 1-3-1 zone, they've gotten the ball to the high post. Now kick it back out to Fuller. Fuller back out to Hall. Hall's three's too strong. Rebound, Queens. And as Barkhoff tries to tap it back in. She gets fouled by Emery and Henry's Macy McClellan.
Freshman who missed majority of her senior season with a torn ACL injury.
At the free throw line for Queens is Kiana Barkhoff. She's the transfer. She's from Germany, the transfer from Mercer University, and makes the free throw there to give the Royals the 3-point 9-12 lead with just under 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Lee finds Mason McClellan on the left-hand wing, and the freshman from Sullivan Central High School knocks it in. And in a wild transition, Kalayla Hall tries to put up the wild shot and draws the foul. The shot barely hit, it just banked off the backboard there, but she draws the foul in an out-of-control move. First free throw's no good. She was their leading scorer last year, the 5'7" junior from Buelaville, North Carolina. I don't know how you say that. Second shot is good. 12-13, Emery and Henry deficit. 2:45 remaining in the first quarter. Pass to Frost, now to the high post to Glance. Shot up by Glance, no good. Rebound, Emery and Henry. Pass out to Lee on the left-hand wing off that rebound. It's too strong. Emery and Henry just not finding any scoring, but Glance is going to give it another try. That's 3-point shots too strong there. And now against the Emery and Henry zone, the Royals pull out and set up. They send somebody to the high post. Right-hand wing, now feed the post. She faces up. Finds Barkhoff, who faces up. Her shot won't go. Rebound, Emery and Henry in transition. Frost with it, takes it in. Layup no good for Frost. Stick back is no good by Owens. And on the second rebound, Owens must have gone out of bounds off the Royals.
Yes, correct.
So Emery and Henry has it underneath their basket. 20 seconds on the reset shot clock. Set up here with a cutter going baseline. We're going to have to get the ball in bounds, we do. Spainhour with it. Gives it to Glantz. Now back to Spainhour. She tries to get inside, can't. Gives it back to Lee. Glantz has it, makes a little move, takes it inside, scoops, bangs it off the backboard. That was an out-of-control shot, but she draws the foul, so that's one, you know, I don't care how the points get on the board from the field or from the free throw line, as long as we end up with more points than they've got. That's all that matters. So Glantz, a 6'1" freshman from Clyde, North Carolina, Tuscola High School, goes to the free throw line and misses the first one.
75% free throw shooter at time in high school.
Second shot's good. Ties it up at 13 with 1:29 remaining in the first quarter. When she missed that first one, I thought, I bet she hadn't missed a free throw in years. Shot, three-point shot against the zone's no good by Stevens. Rebound by Ding, and on the rebound kick out, she throws it to the Emory and Henry bench instead of to her teammate.
Alexis Hopper checks back in for Grace Glantz.
Down low to Hoppers. Hoppers good and draws the foul. 6'2" senior from Sparta, North Carolina, Alexis Hoppers, finishes and goes to the free throw line. Hoppers has great hands, great footwork for her, definitely for a post player. Makes the free throw, gives Emory and Henry the three-point lead with a minute left in first quarter action. Stevens dribbles around, hands off to Hall. Hall gets inside. I thought she walked with it, but doesn't. Throws it up off the backboard, no good. Rebound, no good. Stick back, Ding is good, and draws the foul. They've already shot 9 free throws in the first quarter, all on shots. Under a minute left to play. That's too strong. Rebound controlled by, well, tapped out of bounds. It went out of bounds, tapped back in by the Royals and controlled by them. Just great effort by them. Three-point shot, no good from the corner by Lefevre's, and Emory and Henry rakes in that rebound. 30 seconds left. Emory and Henry with the 1-point advantage into the first quarter. Lee goes off a double screen at the top of the three-point line, hits Owens on the step out, now finds Frost, looks for Hoppers down low, and that pass was not strong enough. It got deflected by the Royals. 13 seconds. Emory and Henry 1-point advantage. Royals with a chance to take the lead at the end of the first quarter. Ball screen up top by Lefevre's. Hall dumps it back out. Three-point shot, no good. Stick back, no good. It would have been good if it fell by Ding. The three-point shot by Hams is rims out. Ding tries to stick it back in, can't get it. And Emory and Henry, after leading, having a kind of comfortable lead, then falling behind and then coming back stronger here to end the first quarter with a 1-point advantage. What do you see there, Brandon?
Well, I see that both teams aren't hitting too well from the field at all. But overall, I would say Emory Henry had a pretty it's clean overall. They just need to convert their shots. Maybe feed the paint a lot more.
Yeah, I don't think we're taking the shots we want. In fact, I don't even think we're taking the shots they're giving us. We're just taking shots. Yeah. You know, the most controlled thing looks like feeding Hoppers down low. You know, everything else is okay, I got it, I'll shoot it kind of offense. Does it look like that to you?
Yeah.
That explains why we're shooting 32%. Of course, they're just shooting 23%, but they have 7 of their 15 points at the free throw line because we keep fouling them on the stick back or on the, on the layup. Let's see what their points in the paint. Yeah.
It was only 8-6.
Yep. But I was just thinking, all their shots have been inside. They're 0 of 7 from 3. So they haven't made, I mean, we've just made 2, but still. Yeah. Well, here we go. We'll see what happens in the second half here. As the Royals will start the second half on offense. Stevens sets up her team. Emery and Henry still staying in their half court, 1-3-1. Hams back to Stevens. Baseline, tried to feed the post, bad pass. Frost comes away with it, gives it to Lee in transition, who finds Owens. Owens does a jump stop, is going to go up. They call her, she drew the foul, but they called her for a walk. I didn't see that, but still.
Interesting.
So first possession for the Royals, a turnover. First possession for Emery and Henry, a turnover here in the second quarter. Pass inside to the high post, who kicks it right back out. This is a great way to attack the zone. High post, she gets around them. That won't fall. Hoppers rakes in the rebound. That was Davis from the high post going around Hoppers, but the shot wouldn't fall. Lee with it at top, gives it to Frost. Frost looks at it, sends Hoppers down low, comes back, looking for somebody to give it to. Picks up her dribble, gets it deflected away. Pass ahead to Hams. Hams and the layup's no good. Stick back is good by Ding. Ding is the 6-foot senior from South Sudan, the way of Coffeyville Community College. Ball on the right-hand wing to Frost. Frost feeds Hoppers down low. That is the automatic offense.
Yes.
Hoppers down low for 2, and Emery and Henry regains the lead by 1. 8:37, 18-17, Emery and Henry. So Queen setting up at a 2-1-2 offense against Emery and Henry's 1-3-1, just passed across the top. And the three-point shot was good for the Royals for the 2-point lead. Down low to Hoppers from the left-hand block, and they called a shot on Hoppers. I guess she cleared her out. So Taylor Owens gave her a post feed. Hoppers had her defensive player pinned to the baseline, and they said she moved her out. So that three-point shot was by Taylor Stevens on their last position. And again, they've got a high post and two people at the top, and they're passing across the top, shooting the three, no good. Rebound, comes away with it for Emery and Henry. That three-point attempt was by Sink. Hoppers is going to take that three. The lefty's no good. Rebound again by the Royals. Stevens pushes in transition. Nobody takes her. She flings it off the backboard. Doesn't matter because Barkhoff is there for the stick back. Barkhoff, 6'4", the graduate transfer from Mercer University, played 2 years there and played at Arizona before that.
Ooh.
Backdoor cut, the ball gets deflected. Emery and Henry scrambles on the floor for it. Possession error favors Emery and Henry. 7:25, second quarter action, 18-22, Emery and Henry trails. Ball under our basket, 13 on the shot clock. Emma Santoro with the ball, now gives it to Jones. Jones back to Lee. Lee gets it inside, tries to put it up or pass to Hoppers. I couldn't tell, but it gets stuffed. Spin move by Stevens, gets inside, kicks it out. I don't know who put that shot up. That was Barkhoff. It doesn't matter. They missed it. We came away with it. That's the main thing. Lee pushes in transition, can't get it. Hoppers thinks about the three again, doesn't. Lee looks for a backdoor cutter, can't get it to her. Frost with the ball up top, dribbles over, gives it down low to Hoppers. Hoppers going to go left. She gets it swatted away. That wasn't the crisp of a move as I'd like to see. And Queens in transition. That's Amari Davis, puts it up, draws the foul. 6:34. That'll send Amari Davis to the free throw line. Emery and Henry trails by 4. That foul's on Taylor Pace. That's her first, team second. Taylor Pace is a 5'8" freshman from Greenville High School in Greenville, South Carolina. We have a Greenville High School in Greenville, Tennessee, so I had to check that out. That second shot's no good. Emory and Henry sets up. That's Santoro. Santoro has it almost tied up, but they'll call a foul on Christina Dean.
Nice. Grace Glantz coming in for Alexis Hopper.
So 20 on the shot clock. Emory and Henry with the ball at the half court, or the sideline here. Gets it into Lee. Glantz sets a ball screen at the top for Lee. Heads to the low block, doesn't have it, steps out. Lee finds Santoro. Santoro's three glances off the front of the rim, no good. But Glantz, speaking of Glantz, Glantz is there for the stick back coming from the right-hand wing. Great effort by Glantz. 6:04 remaining in this half. Queens playing with a lot more intensity on offense. But as Barkhoff takes it inside, turns to score, she gets tied up. Possession error favors the Royals. Under 6 to play. Emory and Henry trails 20-22. The Royals will have the ball underneath their basket, 21 on the shot clock. Looking for a place to inbound it, and they do. Inbound it to the 6'4" Barkhoff, who finishes and draws the foul. Once again, finish and free throws have been the story of the offense. Get the ball inside, draw the foul, finish the shot, 3 points per possession. As Barkhoff goes to the free throw line, that's too strong. Rebounded by Glantz. Emory trails by 4 as Jones brings the ball up. Setting up the offense. She's just dribbling, can't get anywhere. She dribbled the ball now for 17 seconds. To Taylor Pace, who kicks it out to Glantz, and Glantz knocks down the 3. Emory and Henry pulls within 1, 23-24, 5:25. Stevens, she jacks up the 3, no good. Long rebound to Lee. Lee in transitions, pushing past defenders, looks inside and finds Pace. No, that was Emma Santoro, sorry. Now Emory and Henry takes the lead, 25-24, 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Short corner to Barkhoff. Barkhoff face-up shot, no good. Rebound tapped out to the Royals. That three-point shot by Sink won't sink. Won't sink. That three-point shot by Sink won't. And that'll be Emory and Henry ball out of bounds on the end line. Reset the shot clock. I think that's going to be our ball. I don't think we touched it.
No.
So we have timeout on the floor here. Emory and Henry with a 1-point lead, 25-24 in the second quarter of play. What you got for us there, Brandon?
Well, what I got is a nice. I think they went to what we was wanting them to do, is take smart shots, get it inside, play the inside-outside game. I mean, they have shooters to shoot the ball, but more importantly, get Alexis the ball.
Yeah, and she's got to be strong with that last possession. She got it, and she's so comfortable going left-handed, lefty, left block. That's just where she's comfortable, and she just played too comfortable. And she's not used to going against somebody at 6'4", and, you know, a 6'4" is mobile. She needed to be stronger with the ball there. I think the thing I liked was seeing Glantz come flying out of nowhere on that one possession. She was on the right-hand wing, and the shot got missed, and she came all the way from the wing to pick the ball up right in front of the rim and finish it going left. That's the kind of effort it's going to take to be able to contend with this veteran squad from Queens. All right, so it is our ball on our end line as Emory and Henry walks it up the court. So Jones with the ball up top. She gets past her defender, kicks it over to Pace. Pace, three-point shot's no good. Queens comes away in transition, finds Sink. Sink tries to make a move, tries to pass inside to, Barkhoff. Three-point shot. Who was that in the corner?
Number 20.
No, that's Amari Davis for 3. So the Royals now with a 2-point lead. Emory sets up in half-court offense. Hatterer with the ball on the right-hand wing. Down low, she gets around her. That's a great move by Santoro. The 6-foot freshman from West Stokes High School in Queens, North Carolina, goes around the much taller Barkhoff. Three-point shot then on the way by Sink, no good. And rebound by Santoro for the Wasps. We're tied at 27, 3:45 remaining first half. Hand off to Hatterer. Hatterer, ball screen by Santoro, goes around it, tries to get Santoro on the step out. That wasn't a very good pass, and it goes off Santoro's leg out of bounds. That was a lazy pass there to think, okay, I can just sling it back there. She'll get it. Well, the defender was there as well. 3:33 remaining, knotted at 27. And Alexis Hoppers will come back in for Emily Santoro. I think something happened to her. She got hit in the elbow or something. Her arm's trembling. Melissa Davis will make it better.
Santoro averaged 16 and 10 while in high school. All-time leading scorer at West Stokes.
Wow. Well, they corrected the score here somehow, so now we're ahead by one. They can correct it that way all they want. 3:30 remaining, first half. Emory and Henry in their 1-3-1. The Royals get it to the corner, and the three-point shot by Garrison is good for the Royals. They enjoy a 2-point lead now, 3 minutes remaining. Riley Jones on the crossover gets inside, but she's going against the much taller Barkhoff and got it swatted away. In transition, the Royals come with it. Barkhoff at the high post can't handle that hot pass, and it lands right in the hands of Emory and Henry's pace. And in transition, it's just too hot to handle. We walk with it. And back to the Royals. Under 3 minutes, Emory and Henry trails by 2, 27-29. Emory and Henry in 1-3-1. They're not trapping in this. They're just playing straight. They're not really even playing the passing lane that much. The Royals able to pass around the perimeter, get it inside to Barkhoff. Her little hook won't go. Stick back by Garrison gets swatted away by Hoppers. And then as she tried to stick it back again, that was Davis, I think. She gets called for the travel. 2:30, Emory and Henry trails 27-29 on offense. Jones walks it up. Hatterer switches sides. Pace on the right-hand wing. Hatterer over to Glantz, looks inside at Hoppers. Doesn't get it in there. Reverses the ball to Hatterer on the right-hand wing. Hatterer's running bank shot will fall. 29-29. Emory and Henry knots it up. 2 minutes to play. Yeah, we shoved her. So that's Hams going to the free throw line. And again, score. She went in. She drove to the basket around 2 Emory defenders. The one I saw pushed her in the back. Probably what happened was the other one got called for the foul. Who was that foul on? Do you know, Brandon?
Grace Glantz.
So Glantz.
With 6 points and 2 rebounds. Leading scorer for Emory Henry.
So Hams goes to the free throw line. It hits the front of the rim and drops in. 2:07 remaining. We're tied at 30. Lee, right-hand wing, back to Lee. Hatterer there. Now Glantz gives it down low to Hoppers. Hoppers, is she going to go strong this time? She does. To go a little stronger, but she gets it swatted away by Barkhoff. We got a tip on that three-point shot, and we robbed the rebound from Barkhoff as Hatterer brings it up. Hoppers, look, give it in, down low. It gets tipped away, and in transition, that one won't fall for the Royals. Emory and Henry battles for it. Hatterer has it trapped in the corner, and Emory and Henry calls timeout. I think that was Hall in transition who went down and, yeah, missed the layup, and Emory and Henry battling for the rebound. So with the three-point play, that puts the Royals up by 3 here on their three-point play with the free throws. With 1:17 remaining in the first half of action, Emory and Henry trails 29-32. Brandon?
Hey, Emory and Henry's getting out-rebounded 28-21, but Emory Henry's leading in points in the paint.
Yeah, but if we can't get if Hoppers can't finish down there, we're gonna have to kick out. We're gonna have to do something. We got to get it inside. And now we come out of timeout with a little full court pressure. Emory's able to pass through that, but a little full court pressure by the Royals. 15 on the shot clock, minute on the game clock. We find Hatter on a curl cut. She just about lost it, but she's going to put up a jumper, no good. But Hoppers is there for the stick back. That's one way to do it.
That's one way.
So we trail by 1, 45 seconds remaining. Emory and Henry in the half-court 1-3-1 defense. They try to feed it inside to.
It's a foul on Callie.
Yep.
I think they called it for a little push in the back.
Yep. So they try to feed the ball inside to Barkhoff, and Hatterer gets called for pushing her in the back. That's her second foul, so they're going to sub her out. 40 seconds remaining. No sense giving her a chance to get another foul. Emory and Henry trails by 1, and because of the amount of team fouls, Barkhoff will go to the free throw line. Women's basketball does not do 1-and-1 anymore. She misses the first one. And because you play quarters, you reset the team fouls on every quarter. I like that. I like a lot of things about that. So Barkhoff shoots the second one, and it connects. Emory and Henry trails by 2, 31-33, 39 seconds remaining as we go against a little three-quarter court pressure. Now we get the ball to the corner. That three-point shot won't fall. Glantz can't control the rebound, and Hoppers is going to get called for a foul. I think it's Hoppers on the rebound. Yeah, that was not a good decision.
That's her second.
So Malia Garrison got the rebound. She was sandwiched between Glantz and Hoppers, and Hoppers just couldn't help herself and fouled her. 28 seconds remaining. That first shot is good by Garrison. Garrison's a 5'10" freshman from Franklinville, North Carolina. Second shot is good. 31-35 with 25 seconds remaining. Emory with a chance to get a score here before going into the locker room for halftime. Moves around the perimeter. We just aren't steady here. Lee gets it inside. She almost loses it. Glantz gets it outside. Dumps it down low to Hoppers. Hoppers loses the handle. She tries to make a move. Puts it up, bangs it off the back, won't fall, and guess who? Barkhoff got the rebound. In transition, the Royals sling up a shot. It rolls around but won't fall. So at the end of 2 quarters here, Emory and Henry trails the visiting Royals from Queens, 31-35. We'll send it back to you, Anthony, at the WEHC studios. And when we come back before the second half, we'll recap the action here from the King Center on the campus of Emory and Henry College. But for now, the score at halftime is 31, trailing Queens University 35. Back to you, Anthony.
with the women's.
Welcome back to the Bob Johnson Court in the John Rutledge King Center on the campus of Emory and Henry College as for second half action against Emory and Henry, with the Emory and Henry playing against the visiting Royals from Queens University in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm Joy Scruggs. I'm here with Brandon Cox, and we're going to recap some of the first half action. Brandon, what jumps out to you on the stats from the first half of play?
I would say Barkhoff's for the Royals, 8 points and 7 rebounds, even though she's shooting 3 from 7. The 8 and 7, and then Christina Dean, 4 points, but 8 rebounds. And Malia Garrison, 5 points, 5 rebounds. Taylor Stevens, 6 points, 4 rebounds for the Queens. So they're filling up that rebound stat sheet. And for Emory Henry, 7.7 rebounds for Alexis Hopper, and 6 points for the freshman, Grace Glantz, with 5 points from Macy McKellen, another freshman.
Yeah, but, you know, if you look at the team stats, the things that we were discussing earlier, Queens has been to the free throw line 18 times. They've made 11 of 18. We've shot 5. So that tells you, you know, sometimes people look at that and say the officials were awful. Well, no, they were not awful. That just tells you who's attacking the basket and who's not. And Queens, I think, is just athletic enough, like we were discussing at halftime, that we can't get to the basket. We can't get past them to get to the rim. And they are able to get past us enough that they're drawing the foul and finishing the shot, as they have 11 of the 35 points from the free throw line. They also enjoy a 30 to 23 rebound advantage, but 13 of those rebounds are offensive rebounds. So they're getting second chance points and second opportunities that Emory and Henry is not getting. Emory and Henry shooting better than they are, 37% from the floor, while the Royals are only at 28%. But the free throw line has been the difference in the game. Emory and Henry enjoyed a 5-point advantage early, 7-2, and then since then it's been no more than 4 points either way. And Emory and Henry now on the wrong end of that 4-point difference as we begin second half action here. Emory and Henry will have the ball to begin the second half of play. And on the floor for Emory and Henry is number 5, Lee, 21, Hatterer, 12, Jones, 20, Santora, and number 55, Alexis Hoppers. Lee brings it up for Emory and Henry, being guarded by Stevens, trying to hand off to Hatterer and can't hand it off. Hatterer sets up on the wing, goes off a ball screen by Hoppers, tries to look on the roll, can't. They try to look down low to Hoppers, can't. Pass across the top, it's almost deflected. Jones with it, 10 on the shot clock. Jones gets inside, tries to dump it down low to Hoppers, and it gets deflected by Hams for the Royals. She puts it up wildly, and Hatterer comes away for the rebound for the Wasp. Hatterer gets picked. Stevens takes it away from her and dumps it and banks it off the glass for a 6-point advantage for the Royals early on. So there's another turnover for Emory and Henry.
That's 10.
Lee at the top tries to find somebody to pass to. Handoff, Jones. They're trying to feed Hoppers down low. They get it to Hoppers. I'm not sure she can make the move. There she does. She makes a little move, can't finish it, makes it stronger again, can't get it to go. And on the rebound by Ding, Emma Santoro is going to get called for the foul. So we're trying to feed Hoppers down low. She's trying to do something to score. It's just not working. 31-37, Emory and Henry trails, 8:45, third quarter. Shot from the corner, no good for the Royals. Rebound kicked out to Hams. Hams' three-point shot is good. So Emory and Henry's shooting woes are accentuated by the fact that Queens knocks down the three. Hatterer with the ball, left-hand wing. Emory's just standing on offense. Hatterer finally attacks and draws the foul.
That's a haul.
So if they're going to play defense like that, you have to attack them, so they have to call the foul. Ball inbounds from the sideline to Lee. Looks down low to Hoppers. Feeds her. Hoppers kicks it back out to Lee. Up top to Santoro. Santoro on the move. She draws the foul. That's what you're going to have to do. If they're going to ride you, you have to attack the basket. You can't be timid or they get away with it. There's no foul to be called because you haven't attacked. So now Emory trails by 9, the largest deficit of the evening. And Emma Santoro will go to the free throw line and knocks down the first one. She's a 6-foot freshman from King, North Carolina, from West Stokes. She had 6 points and 7 rebounds last night at Bridgewater and also hits the second. 8:12 remaining, third quarter, 33-40, Emory and Henry trails. Hall tries to attack. She gets stopped a couple of times. And once again, on the attack, Emory and Henry gets called for the foul. Who's that foul on, Brandon?
Jones. Wait, no.
Yeah, it's on Hatterer, her
Hatterer.
third. Ball inbounds to Hall. Hall jacks up the three, no good. Long rebound, controlled by the Royals. Swing across the perimeter. There goes Hams. Her three's no good. Batted around. Rebound comes away with it. Long rebound is Emory and Henry. Lee gives it to Jones. Jones tries to make a little sideways move to get away from the impending defender, and she travels with it. Just nothing smooth happening for Emory and Henry on offense. 7:45, trailing by 7. Emory on defense. Ding tries to attack, tries to spin, runs into Hoppers, kicks it out to Hams. Hams' three is no good. Rebound comes away with Emory and Henry. Jones with it in her left hand gets it tapped away by Hams. Hatter over the ball for the Wasps on the sideline. Gets it inbounds to Lee. 23 on the shot clock. Santora up top, tries to set a ball screen, can't. Hatterer looks inside at Hoppers. She lobs it in there to Hoppers. Hoppers going left, gets double teams, kicks it out, swings it. Lee, wide open, decides to take the floater instead. It bangs off, no good. Hatterer comes down with the rebound. She gets tied up by Hall. Possession error favors the Royals, and all kinds of substitutions come in. Brandon, can you grab those for us?
Grace Glantz, McClellan, and Owens. And Spinauer.
Stevens brings it up. Emory and Henry playing zone. Brings it up, kicks it across. That's a bad person to leave open. She misses those. Hams can't hit that three, and Emory and Henry gets a rebound. So shot clock problem here at the home court advantage. Officials stop play to have the shot clock reset to 20, or set down to 26 as it didn't start. Macy McClellan passes in bounds to Lee. Lee goes away from a ball screen, crosses her man over, kicks out to Glantz, and that shot's not where Glantz was standing. There's another unforced error by Emory and Henry. 33-40, 6:39.
Emory and Henry with 13 turnovers.
1-3-1 by Emory, 2-1-2 by the Royals. All they're doing is passing across the top and shooting a three, and that was sink this time. She does. Pass ahead to McClellan. McClellan looks for somebody. She takes it inside. I thought she walked. Kicks it back out. Try to skip pass. It gets deflected 3 times. Misses. Glantz comes from nowhere. This time for the rebound, only she went over somebody's back. 33-43. Emory and Henry trails by 10. 6:08 remaining. Third quarter. So we're playing 1-3-1. I think we've switched to a man-to-man now. They were just too easy getting the three-point shots against that. Oh, that was a foul. Lee was playing defense on Stevens. Stevens pushed off, I thought, to get an advantage to take the three-point shot. Lee went flying. The shot went flying, too. It didn't hit anything. Emory and Henry gets it as the ball goes out of bounds. Around the perimeter, Owens to glance on the left-hand wing. Emory and Henry just dribbling sideways. Everybody dribbling sideways, but finally they draw the foul. Somebody has to attack the basket. You can't just dribble around the arc and think you're getting any offensive advantage. Of course, part of that is we can't get past somebody, so sideways is all we feel comfortable dribbling. You got to go at somebody. So that foul was on Ding, her third. Lee with the ball against man-to-man defense. Cutter coming out. She's not open. Can't get the ball to anybody. Glance with the ball on the right-hand wing. Looks down low at Owens. Can't get it. Can't get inside. Hands off to Owens outside. 3 on the shot clock. Somebody's going to have to shoot it. Owens does, and she buries it. And defense was right in her face as well. We needed something good to happen on offense. 36-43, Emory and Henry's gone to man-to-man half-court defense. Hand off to Hall. Hall takes it all the way to the rim. Her man just got beaten. Nobody stepped in for help side defense, or any side for that matter. 4:52, Emory and Henry trails by 9, 36-45. Look inside at Owens. Nope, can't go. Now we get it to Owens. Owens kicks it back out to Glance. That's the way you want to shoot the three, only not that three. We tracked down the rebound. It didn't hit anything, so the shot clock didn't reset. Lee gets past everybody. Well, not quite. She got past Lefevre's, but Lefevre's could block it from behind. And so Emory and Henry will have the ball on their baseline underneath their basket with the fresh reset 20 shot clock, trailing by 9, and when we come back from the media timeout.
First Bank Emory and Henry basketball is brought to you with support by First Bank and Trust, offering mobile banking, Apple Pay, remote deposits, and more. Serving you with free checking since 1979, member FDIC, and on the web at firstbank.com. The Food Specialist, bringing you quality, price, satisfaction, founded in a small rural area to serve friends and neighbors. Food Country has evolved to serve Southwest Virginia and East Tennessee. Locally owned and operated, your money stays in your community. Food Country is proud to support Emory Henry Wasp basketball on WEC 90.7 FM.
Well, the offensive woes have continued. We just don't seem to have any means of attack here. We tried switching to a 1-3-1 defense. They just played a 2-1-2 offense and passed across the top and had three-point shooters that were open enough to knock down the shot. We have not enjoyed that kind of comfort level on offense yet. We'll see if coming out of this timeout if we can get a spark. 6 seconds on the shot clock as Emory and Henry will inbound the ball under their basket to Owens. And that shot clock violation happened because the ball didn't hit anything. As that Glance that put that up, she had to force up a shot. Is that who that was? Yep. So Emory and Henry trails by 9, playing man-to-man now, half-court offense, sync with the ball. No, we're playing 1-3-1. Now we step in the passing lane and take it away. And that's Glance, and she walked. Oh, good, they're going to call the foul. No, the foul. This guy called the travel. That guy called the walk. She did walk, and the foul did happen second. But I don't like to agree with that. 4 minutes remaining third quarter. Emory and Henry trails 36-45 on the turnover. That's 14 now, right, Brandon? 15. Emory and Henry trying to get something going. Can't really. Well, that's a miss by Sink, and Emory and Henry comes away with the rebound. And Hannah Spainauer attacks the basket. And that's what you got to do. Somebody has to attack. but a smart attack because they're big and athletic, bigger than most of us at positions enough to be able to block it if we're not smart with it. So that foul is on Sink. That's her third, team's fourth. And Hannah Spanauer will go to the free throw line. That rolls around and misses. She's a 5'8" freshman from King, North Carolina, West Stokes, as you said earlier. This one is too strong, too. And rebound taken away by Garrison. Garrison passes ahead. She walked. Hall caught it in transition, but took a step before she could get the shot off. As she smiles coming back down the floor, shaking her head like she can't believe she did it. 3:44 remaining, 36-45. Nobody scored for a while. We get the ball inside, pull-up jumper, and we bury it. That's Hannah Spanauer for 2 for the freshman. 3:30, Emory and Henry, 38-45, 7-point deficit for the Wasps. Stevens now passing across the perimeter, now to the high post. She gets past us, lays it up and off the glass. That was too easy. Pass ahead to the right-hand wing, back to Lee, swing the perimeter. Owens going to take the 3 from the left-hand wing and buries it. So that was their set transition play looking there, and Emory and Henry slices it to 6. 1-3-1, they get it to the high post. Now kick it back out to Stevens. Right-hand wing, back to Stevens, left-hand wing. We get a deflection there, but we don't come away with it. Ball gets inside, and we send her to the deck.
Santoro's third.
So Emma Santoro got caught down low and just couldn't help herself, wanting to let that. She just couldn't let that girl have that shot. So at the free throw line, that's Kalela Hall. She was their leading scorer last year and makes good on the first free throw. 2:46 remaining third quarter. Emory and Henry trails 41-48. And the next one is good as well. 8-point deficit, 2:44, third quarter. Trying to pass around the perimeter. We can't get it to her. Now we do. She makes a move, goes in, tries to dump it to the post player, and it gets picked off by the. Oh, she walked. She didn't have control of the ball, so she couldn't walk. It's going to be their ball. It went off of us. So in transition, she tried to go up with it, didn't have control of the ball. 27 seconds on the shot clock. The Royals have it underneath their basket. Inbounds. We're playing man-to-man, I think. Shots up by Hall, no good. Rebound, the Wasps, as Lee comes away with it, looking in transition. She gets inside and finds Glance. Glance can't get that. Oh, that's not Glance. That's Owens from the corner. Can't get it to drop. Ooh, she walked. Yep. And Malia Garrison in transition tried to pick it up and dump it off to somebody else, and she took too many steps. 2:05 remaining third quarter. Emory and Henry trails by 8. 41-49, low-scoring affair here. Well, because we keep turning the ball over. Lee going against man-to-man defense, gives it to Owens. Now swings it to Spanauer. Lee, well, going to let me take the 3, I will, but nobody's there to rebound it. And Hams comes away with it for the Royals. Hams finds Barkhoff down low, who can't get that one to fall. McClellan gives it to Owens. Owens goes off a screen. Now right-hand wing. That shot's no good by Spanauer. And in transition, out of control, Hams loses the ball, and in transition back, Emory and Henry loses the ball. And this time, Hams is going to make it. 41-51, largest lead or deficit, depending on which way you want to look at it, of the afternoon, evening, with 1:05 remaining third quarter. Foul away from the ball. As Macy McClellan stepped out on the wing to catch it. I'm not sure what happened somewhere. But it must have been at the low block because Taylor Owens is going to the free throw line. That foul is on Kalela Hall, her second, team fifth, so we'll be shooting for the remaining 1 minute and 3 seconds. Owens' first shot's up and good. 1:03 remaining here, third quarter. Emory and Henry trails by 9 now with a chance to cut that to 8 as Taylor Owens will have a second shot. And that second one is good.
That's 8 for Owens. Quiet 8 points.
She had 8 points and 5 rebounds last night. So with Barkhoff back in the game, they feed it down low to her. She kicks it out. And that's a move by Hams, and they're going to call a foul on that. She went for a pull-up shot, and Lee gets called for hacking her on the arm. That'll send Christy Hams to the free throw line. Shot's good. 52 seconds remaining, third quarter. It's a nice crowd here for today's game, and they're really quiet.
Quiet for the opposition. A little strange.
And the second shot is also good by Hams. Lee, pass ahead to McClellan is too strong. Out of bounds, another turnover for the Wasp. 45 seconds remaining, trailing by 10. Stevens, finds a cutter in the back of the zone. That was way too easy. And that was dinged on the easy alley-oop in the back of the zone there. Handoff Spainhour. Spainhour looks for the high post cutter, can't get it there, tries to feed Hoppers down low. Does. Now they're calling a foul away from the ball. Taylor Owens was posting up high. Hoppers was down low on the same side of the floor. They're really a little too close there, but Christina Dean is going to get called for holding Taylor Owens at the high post. So 23 seconds remaining, third quarter. Emory and Henry now 12-point deficit, but Owens slices it to 11. So in transition, that shot won't go for Hams. Emory and Henry comes away with it, 15 seconds remaining. Lee with the ball. Lee dribbling around, 8 seconds remaining, trying to get something going. Goes off a ball screen by Hoppers. Hoppers going to try to take the three. Doesn't get it to fall. Rebound, stick back, no good, but foul on the play.
Spainhour got fouled.
Spainhour, 5'8", freshman from King, North Carolina, from West Stokes, goes to the free throw line with a chance of 0.8 seconds remaining to get Emory and Henry to a single-digit deficit at the end of the third quarter.
Spainhour scored 1,000 points in her career in high school with her teammate.
She needs 1,000 points tonight to help us win this game. So she makes that first one and the second one like a 1,000-point scorer would. And we go into the final period of this game. Emory and Henry trails by 8, if I can do the math here, 47-55. Well, I'm not sure we got any more comfortable on offense in that third period or not. What have you got, Brandon?
I would agree with you the same way. I felt like I would agree with you. I mean, they're shooting better from the field than Queens is by 2%, but that, I mean,
yeah, we finally have somebody in double figures, Taylor Owens with 10 points, but Stevens for them with 11. You know, we were really lucky that Barkhoff didn't play much in the third quarter. She didn't come back in the game till near the end of the third period, and still we couldn't take advantage of being able to get the ball inside. Again, the free throw line, well, we've been to the free throw line a few times. That's helped. You know, we had, what did we go first half? 5 times. We've been 10 in this quarter. They still have been 22 times to the free throw line. We started attacking a little bit more, which helped, and we're going to have to do that with some more regularity here as the Emory and Henry women inbound the ball to begin the final period of play here. We pass it at our teammates' feet, get it back. They didn't call a kick. I don't know why. Queens is playing a zone of some kind. We kick it out. 3 on the way. 3 no good. Long rebound. We battle for it. We get it. Pull it out. Fresh 20. That's Santora. Now that's Spain. Oh, no, that's not Spainhour. That's McClellan. The ball went out of bounds off of Queens. 12 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Emory and Henry will have it on their baseline. Lee to inbounds. She looks for Spainhour. Spainhour now to Santoro. Corner. Gets it inside to Owens, but a whistle blows. I don't know what that's about. As the shot clock was about to go off. Let's see, on the floor for, there's a foul on somebody.
Hall, 23, Hall.
Her third, team's first of this period. Santor with the ball. Now gets it to Lee on the right-hand wing. She gets inside, kicks it out. No advantage there. There goes Spainhour. Now to Owens. Owens hits the 2. Now we trail by 6. We need to get some life going here. We're playing a 1-3-1 again. We're going to have to get around to shooters. They feed to the high post. She faces up, no good. Rebound, Emory and Henry comes away with it. That's Spainhour. Spainhour trying to get it up the court. She hands off to Lee. Man-to-man defense here by the Royals. Owens with the ball up top. Over to McClellan. Back to Spainhour. Spainhour's 3 on the way, no good. Long rebound out to Stevens. Stevens' layup is, no, that's Ham's. Ham's layup is good. And just like that, we're back to an 8-point deficit. Pass ahead to Santoro. Yeah, great look by Lee. Santoro was just in the middle of the paint. We fed her. She turned around, laid it up and in. 6 points now, Emory and Henry. If our defense can just stop their shooters and get some rebounds. That's kind of what defense is, I guess. Lefebvre's faces up. Now we get it. They get it down low. Kick back out. 3-point shot on the way is good by Stevens. Their 3-point shooting against that zone has been a killer. Here comes Lee with the ball, dribbling into the middle of the defense. Kicks out to Spainhour. Down low to Santoro. Santoro, nice off the glass. Now we're getting something going on offense. 7.5 to play. Emory and Henry trails by 7. Defensively, we can't give them the 3-point look. Hams on one wing. Stevens at the top. She feeds short corner to Lefebvre's. Her shot's no good. Spainhour comes away with the rebound. No, that's not Spainhour. That's
Remar.
Oh, gosh, that shot's no good by Spainhour. Doesn't hit a thing. And here comes Stevens in transition. Kicks out to Hall. Hall's 3 is good. And Coach Dickens is calling timeout with just under 7 remaining in the game, trailing by 10, trying to get some subs in the game and also to get some to collect things a little bit, I'm going to say.
Slow down their momentum.
Yeah, slow down their momentum and try to get us to realize some of those shots we took were not necessarily the ones that were in the best interest of our success.
Support for WEHC and E&H Walls Basketball comes from People Incorporated, believing that every person needs support from others. People Incorporated promotes the dignity of individuals and families, moves people into the economic mainstream, and works to develop existing strengths and resources within communities. For information about assistance with community development, education, employment training, family services, financial services, or housing, contact 276-623-9000 or peopleinc.net. All the efforts of People Incorporated are directed by the concerns, hopes, needs, and dreams of the people served.
On the floor for Emory and Henry coming out of timeout, 21 Hatterer, 5 Lee, 3 Frost, 11 Glantz, and 20 Santoro. Emory and Henry, the possession arrow favors the Royals. We have 2 timeouts remaining, trailing by 10. The Royals playing man-to-man defense. We have trouble just making a pass to the wing sometimes. Frost with the ball on the right-hand wing, looks down low to Santoro. Santoro makes a move, goes up, gets a shot block, gets her own rebound, goes up again, finishes, and draws the foul. Great second effort by Santoro.
That's what the all-time leading scorer at West Stokes is going to do.
That's what she's going to do. 6.7 rebounds last night against Bridgewater. And she's looking at 10.6 rebounds so far in tonight's game. Santoro goes to the free throw line with a chance to make it. Ooh, and that's too strong. We battle for the rebound. But Barkhoff comes away with it. That shot up by Halls, she drains a 3. She just stepped in and knocked it down. So just like that, with great effort, Emory and Henry now trails by 11. And the shot clock reset to 20, I guess. So when you looked up and we were at 16, now they reset it to 26, and we'll have the ball out here right smack dab in front of us at the scorer's table. Hatterer with the ball. Hand off to Frost, now to Glantz on the left-hand wing, looking inside at Santoro. Nobody will give it to her. Lee with the ball, she gets inside. Nope, can't get inside. She pulls it back out. Frost with the ball on right-hand wing, fins Santoro down low. Santoro finishes over a much smaller defender now that Barkhoff's not in the game. Stevens pulls it up. 1-3-1 defense. Back to Stevens at the top. They're playing a 2-1-2. Short corner, no, not there. Stevens.
Good.
Amaya Lee strips it away from Stevens. She goes in, finishes the layup. Now Emory and Henry slices the lead to 7. 5:30 remaining. Ball in transition goes ahead to Hall. Hall dribbles the baseline, and Lee steps in front of the pass she's trying to dish out. Lee pulls up wisely as she had a one-on-one situation with a much taller. We get it down low to Santoro. Santoro reverse layup, no good. Stick back, no good. And rebound comes out of it with the Royals. 5:07 remaining. Emory and Henry trails by 7. Stevens with the ball, left-hand wing, pass up top. Now in at the high post. She faces up, kicks back out to Stevens. Stevens dribbles over, three-point shot on the way, and that three-point shot by Sink is nothing but net. They're deadly. They're taking advantage of that defensive gap in the zone and now lead by 10. Emory and Henry looks down low, gets it to Santoro. She faces up. That shot's strong. Was going to bounce out and finishes. Santoro, she's got the ice water going. 4:30 remaining. Emory and Henry trails by 8. High post, kick out. Shot on the way, hits nothing. That shot by Lefevre's. And Emory and Henry now with a chance to slice more into the lead as Lee gets through the defense, kicks it to Santoro at the high post. Her shot bangs in a little too strong and bangs out. 4 minutes remaining. Another three-point shot on the way. That one's too strong. Rebound kicked way out. Sinks just sat right here like, give it to me, I'm ready to shoot. Stevens now back to Sink. Sink shoots it again. She hits nothing. Rebound battled for by the Royals, but they step out of bounds as they're battling for the ball. 3:42 remaining. Emory and Henry trails 61-69. We seem to be getting something going by getting Santoro the ball. She wants it and she wants to finish it. But defensively, they're either hitting nothing or they're hitting just the net. You know, it's draining. Either way, but they're taking the three.
Mm-hmm.
Those long rebounds are giving us a little bit of trouble there sometimes. I don't know. So we got 3:42 remaining. We trail by 8. Possession arrow favors the Royals. We have 2 timeouts remaining. Royals have 4. We have 0 team fouls. They have 2. So nobody's shooting on a non-shooting foul at this point. So we'll see if Coach Dickens stays in the 1-3-1 defense or not, because right now they don't have their inside presence in there. They've gotten the ball to the high post a time or two, and she's faced up or tried to go or kicked it out from there, but they don't have Barkhoff in there to do anything down low. And really Santora has been our offense. So back on the floor for Emory and Henry, that's 5 Lee, 24 Spainhour, 21 Hatterer, 20 Santoro, I'm sorry, her family, and Grace Glantz, number 11. So Lee sets it up, 24 on the shot clock, and makes the entry pass. It gets picked off, and that layup, that was just too easy with Garrison. They've made it hard for us to make a wing pass to enter the offense all afternoon, and we just got complacent on that. Spainhour takes it in, tries to kick it out as she penetrates to Glantz, spotting up on the right-hand wing. The ball gets kicked, so the shot clock gets reset to 20 as Emory and Henry has it underneath their basket, trailing by 10, 3:16 remaining, and entering for Emory and Henry is Taylor Owens, replacing Glantz. Ball inbounds. Nope. Well, it went inbounds. It got tapped right back out of bounds. So 1 second off the clock and the shot clock, and Emory and Henry moves to the other side of underneath the basket to inbounds it now. And Owens with the ball, and who is the foul going to be on? Okay, good. It's on them.
So Hall.
That's her 4th. That's good. Replacing her is Amari Davis. Owens was wide open on that inbounds play we just ran. Not this time.
Oh.
Look down low, can't get it. Well, Emma Santoro drove to the basket. She draws the foul.
Barkhoff's 4th, 5th.
Is that her 5th foul? Well, that may explain why she wasn't playing very much. Well, that won't disappoint me any if she's not on the floor anymore.
Oh.
I got it wrong. Okay, so it's her 4th. Santoro hits the first of 2 free throws to narrow the deficit to 9, 62-71. Emory and Henry trails with 3:07. Second shot's up and on the way. And even if it's just 4 fouls, Finley Lefevers enters the lineup for the Royals. 3 minutes. Emory and Henry trails by 8. Still playing 1-3-1. Pass across. Hams. Corner. We trap it. And when she tries to get out, we foul her. So that's only the first team foul for Emory and Henry in this quarter. So ball out of bounds underneath their basket. Gets down low, kicks it out. Emory and Henry stays in man-to-man on from the out-of-bounds play. Corner back out to the top. There's Stevens. She calls the play. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Stevens goes off the ball screen. Tries to get inside. Does. Easy layup. No good. Rebound. Battled for.
Wow.
Jump ball. Possession arrow favors the Royals. So looks like we're playing man-to-man on the inbounds here. Ball goes inbounds to Lefevers. Up top to Hams. Hams gets inside with it, and that layup is good. She just went through 4 defenders. We stuck a hand out, but nobody moved their body. And Hatterer in transition went against 3 defenders and got called for the walk. 2:20, time's running out for the Wasp here, down by 10. There's Stevens for the deep 3. That's no good. Rebound, Owens. Owens comes out with it, looks for somebody to give it to. Give it to Lee. Ah! They almost picked that one off. We weren't paying any attention. Lee gets inside. She walked, but she gave it to Emma Santoro, and she finishes it. 8-point deficit for the Wasp with 1:50 remaining. High post, back out to Stevens. Stevens looks at Hams, who's usually just spotting up. They pass it to nobody, but Lefebvre tracks it down. Stevens now in the corner. That 3's no good. Long 3 tipped out of bounds on the rebound. Last touch by the Royals. So Emory and Henry gets a chance here with 1:38 remaining, trailing by 8. And the Royals call timeout. Whew, so Emory and Henry got 2 timeouts remaining, the Royals with 3. Possession error favors Emory and Henry finally, and we trail by 8 with 1:38 remaining. Emory and Henry will have to bring the ball all the way up the court here, but somehow or another I'm saying Santoro needs to touch the ball.
I would definitely agree with you on that one. Yes, 20.7 rebounds, 8 for 13 from the field.
Yeah, and 4 or 5 from the free throw line. I'd want her to have the ball. I'd let Lee make the decision, but we've got to be sure with our passes. You know, they almost picked this one off, and we were just bringing it up the court. And several possessions ago, we were trying to make an entry pass to the left wing, and we just, like not paying attention. Like, it'll go. It's not really a pass. It's just the entry pass, and they zipped right in front of it and took off for the layup. So take care of the basketball. Seems like I've heard coaches say that before. Have you? So coming out from the timeout, Emory and Henry with the ball on offense. The Royals playing half-court man-to-man as Lee brings it in. Emory and Henry stacks down low, sends a cutter out to the left-hand wing, and we turn the ball over on the entry pass, as I was just saying. She didn't think she was open. She started to cut back door. The point guard thought she was open and threw it to the bleachers. So down by 8, playing man-to-man defense here. That's Stevens being guarded by Lee of Emory and Henry, trying to keep her there. Goes across 2 screens at the top, looks for the cutter. She kicks it out. 13 on the shot clock. They reset their offense. Lefebvre takes off from the screen. Long 3, no good. Ball battled for. Hatterer comes away with it. And perfect for Emory and Henry. As Hatterer turns to dribble with it, she gets fouled. So Hatterer will go to the free throw line with 58 seconds remaining, trailing by 8.
But pretty sure they just subbed in Barkhoff for defense and rebounding here in this final stretch.
Yeah, well, 58 seconds remaining. It doesn't much matter if she fouls out at this point. Might as well just use her. Hatterer going to the free throw line with a chance to cut it to 6. First shot by Callie, no good, too strong. Well, if she misses the second, we need it to be missed like that because we have no chance at the rebound otherwise. And the second shot is good. Emory and Henry trails by 7, 66-73, 50 seconds remaining. Coach Dickens, I don't know if she wants them to foul or what she wants, but they're.
They need to foul.
Yeah, if we're going to foul, it's too late because we only have 1 team foul. We almost picked off that pass. On the wing, that 3-point shot is good by Hall. And that on that 3-point shot, that makes them 8 of 31 for the night. Hatterer walks again trying to attack and gets stopped by the defense, and that's 22 turnovers for the Wasps. 33 seconds remaining, trailing by 10. That's Hall bringing it up. She gets trapped, and she gets fouled by Hatterer. That's only a second team foul. Hatterer's 4th. 28 seconds remaining, trailing by 10. Ball inbounds to Stevens, being guarded by Lee of Emory and Henry. And they call Lee with a foul, and that was the least foul of all the fouls. I mean, I don't even think she was trying to foul her. She just put her hand on her. As she attacked the basket, there's Stevens with the ball. Being guarded by Lee, 18 on the shot clock, no, game clock, and that's just a little penetrate and dump down low to Barkhoff. 10 seconds remaining. Emory and Henry trails by 12. Hatterer with the ball, gets it down low, kicks it back out. And that three on the way by Santora. 69-78, and the game is going to be decided right there. So with the end of 4 quarters, Emory and Henry finds themselves on the low end of the scoring column, 69-78 to the visiting Royals of Queens University from Charlotte. Queens goes to 1-0 on the season, and Emory and Henry drops to 1-1. And yeah, let's see if we can talk to Emma Santoro. See if she can tell me how to remind me how to pronounce her name. If I can see if I can get it right every once in a while. So as we wait for Emma to be able to join us after the team goes to the locker room, Brandon, you want to run down some stats for us from tonight's game?
Yes. Bench points. Well, actually, I'll do individual. I'll do
whatever you want.
Performance from the freshman Emma Santoro, 23 points, 7 rebounds, 9 for 14 shooting from the field. Owens, 12 points. Hopper, 7 and 8. And Grace Glantz, 6 points. And for Queens, Hall and Stevens and
Hams is how I would say it.
And Barkhoff all in double-digit scoring. And what definitely stood out for me is Christina Dean. 11 rebounds and 6 points in her time playing on the court.
Yeah, she was somebody I was looking at the roster at one point during the game and getting ready to call out, and I thought, she's 6 feet tall? I didn't even realize it. She just didn't – she doesn't look that – she doesn't look like she's towering over everybody, but those 11 rebounds didn't just fall in her lap either.
No.
What was I going to say? Yeah, neither one of us shot very well from the floor. 39% for us, 36 for them. They made 9 3-pointers. We made 6, but the free free throws ended up pretty even. We were 13 of 20. They were 15 of 22. Total rebounds were the same. So why did we lose the game? Well, we had 7 more turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
We had 2 more points. They had 2 more points in the paint. I guess that they made they made 2 more free throws and 3 more 3-pointers and 2 more field goals, and there you go. It's just for a
turnover.
Yeah, for a 9-point game. Typically, you would, for a game that seemed like it was a bigger spread than that most of the third and fourth quarter, you would think there would be a stat that would jump out like, oh, well, they had 10 more rebounds or they had this or that, but it was just a little bit here or there, which I think this is a good measuring stick for Emory and Henry as we're in the transition from Division III to Division II. And as football didn't play with their scholarship players this year, basketball is playing with their recruits that are intended for the Division II level. So Queens is in that conference that we'll go to. Like we said, they have Barkhoff is a transfer. And so even though they were preseason picked 12th in that conference, they may have a better showing than people give them preseason credit for, but it's a good measuring stick to see, how do we match up with them. If we were a total D3 program, there's no way we should have we should have had this close of a contest with a D2 school. So a good look for seeing what the future holds for Emory and Henry. The women had played two exhibition games against Division I teams, and while the score looks like we got lambasted, I think we were able to see some things that we were able to do. The first exhibition game at Radford, where we got outscored by 50-something points, we just shot the ball. We didn't shoot the ball very well, but talking to the coaches, we were able to get the shots we want, but, you have that thought like, it's a Division I player, and so you don't really shoot the ball. And I think we fared a little bit better in that regard at Western Carolina. But if you play those exhibition games and you can run your offensive stuff and get the shots you want, then that's a good sign for your future. Last night at Bridgewater, who's 0-3 after that game, we won by 6, which maybe isn't a very good sign playing against a straight D3 team that we only won by 6 at their place. But, it's a young season so far, so we'll see what happens. To give you an idea about action earlier today, the men beat Warren Wilson 96-54. And in that contest, let's find our stats. Freshman, where is it? Gabe Brown ended up the game with 18 points, going 6 of 8 shooting, 3 of 5 from 3 and 3 of 4 from the free throw line, and he was our WEHC player of the game in that game. In basketball action on Wednesday, the women will play here versus Salem at 7 o'clock. That game will not be broadcast on WEHC, but will be streamed on GoWasp.com. The men are in action again on Friday at home, and also on Saturday. Both of those games will be on WEHC as well as on GoWasp.com if you want to watch the live stream or listen to the audio. They're playing both of those games against Pensacola Christian. I guess Pensacola drove all the way up here. They're not just going to play once. So they play Friday night at 6 and then return Saturday at 1 o'clock for that game. I'd like to say also thank you to all the parents and family and former players who tune in to these broadcasts and continue to support the Wasps, even though you may not be able to make it to the King Center for the game. So, Brandon, you want to go see if you can catch Emma as the players are starting to hear that freshmen don't have any idea where she's got a mask. They don't have nowhere to go. When the men came out of the locker room, Gabe Brown was just standing there. We were waving at him from over here. So we're going to talk to Emma Santoro. Hi, Emma. I'm Joy Scruggs. I'm Coach Scruggs who makes the brownies.
Oh, yeah. Nice to meet you.
I make travel snacks for the basketball team now that I don't have to worry about whether you win or lose. I just have to cheer. So, Emma, you're a freshman. Now, tell people a little bit about you. Where are you from?
I'm from King, North Carolina, a small town outside of Winston-Salem. Yep.
And where'd you go to high school?
West Oaks High School.
And what kind of high school career did your team and you have?
We had a really good one. We were very successful. We busted our butts and all-around good players.
Well, today you had an all-around good day where you finished. And in the fourth quarter, when our offense was kind of – Brandon and I kept saying the whole game, we are not comfortable on offense. We are not comfortable on offense. And it was clear that you wanted the ball and you knew what to do with it.
Yes, ma'am.
You ended up today's game with 23 points on 9 of 14 from the floor, 4 of 5 from the free throw line, and 7 rebounds. Tell us a little bit about what we were trying to do offensively there at the end.
Offensively, we were just trying to get movement, expose their weaknesses, play as hard as we could, get after them, in and out of the paint. kick-outs, knockdowns, anything we could do to get after them.
Well, we did get after them there. It was a definitely, you were definitely an offensive spark to us when we didn't have much offensive spark the whole day. We just didn't seem to be very comfortable. So tell me so far about how your basketball experience has been, making the transition from high school to college. What's that change been like?
Yeah, it's different. It's a completely different level. We all come in every day and just try to bust our butts and get as best as we can and challenge each other as much as possible.
And what's the transition been like academically? What are you majoring in?
I'm majoring in biology right now.
Okay.
It's been a struggle. It's definitely different from high school academics, but just like basketball, doing as best as we can and working hard and studying as much as possible.
And you're getting ready to have exams this week coming up, or the next week?
Next
end of this week and the first part
yes.
of the Thanksgiving week.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, which is a weird change from whatever, but there you go. So that's what it'll be. So when you were trying to decide where you wanted to go to school, what were some of the things that made you think, I think Emory and Henry's the place for me?
Yeah. The family-like environment here. Everybody's together. It's a big family here, and I love that. I'm a big family person, and that's what really, really attracted me to this place. Coaching staff, I loved them, and they had exactly what I wanted here academically too. So all around is just perfect match.
So you're a couple of hours from home.
I'm a little under 2 hours.
Yeah, so that's easy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And your family can get here to watch you play.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, your first game here to watch you play. And so tell me a little bit about your family.
Oh, I love them.
I was hoping that was going to be part of it, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have 3 younger siblings. I'm the oldest.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're trouble. They're definitely trouble, but we have a blast all the time.
And did they get to come watch you play today?
Yes. Yeah, they're all here except for one of my sisters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're probably busy with all their stuff too. There's one of them, giving you a hard time. Well, I just want to say congratulations on a great game today. You guys play again
Wednesday, I believe.
Yeah, you're playing here against Salem.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this was a good test for us to see what's it going to be like in the future when we get to the SAC, to the SAC, to the Division II.
Yep.
Get some idea. Okay, here's what we need to work on. Here's what we need to. Here's what we need to do. But in the meantime, congratulations on a strong game today.
Thank you.
We'll learn some things from this and come back even stronger.
Yes, ma'am.
And good luck on Wednesday night.
Yes.
And beyond that with exams.
Yeah. Thank you.
So that's Emma Santoro. Is that how I say your last name? Because I said Santora most of the time because that's just how I get everything wrong. This is Emma Santora. She's been selected as our player of the game. So thank you, Emma, for taking time to join us and enjoy the rest of your evening with your family.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So that's Emma Santora, our player of the game. 23 points on 9 of 14 shooting, 4 or 5 from the free throw line, and 7 rebounds. The freshman who last night also had 6 points and 7 rebounds in her college debut. So, Brandon, that just about does it from the King Center for today. You and I have been talking nonstop for 4.5 hours. Just about. Well, we had a break there in between for 30 minutes. So we want to thank our listeners for tuning in on WEHC, and if you're still with us on GoWasp.com, thank you so much. Last things you want to throw in, Brandon?
I'd just like to say thank you for tuning in. Anybody who